Me vi muy pendeja no diciendo nada, ¿verdad? Sick and tired? Me three. Welcome to La Joy Podcast, my open diary of growth. So if you're somewhere between I'm healing and ¿qué pedo con mi vida? This is your space too. Let's grow, cry, and laugh about it. Because why the fuck not? I thought it was important to talk about the shit we don't talk about because of shame, fear, and even conflict. This is a space where we can both be transparent, but it's not just to dump your shit and, think that you're going to be a new person overnight. In part one, I talked about the red flags that your body gives whenever your anxiety kicks in. Part two is more about the emotional exhaust we go through whenever we're just trying to survive. For a long time, I thought silent killers were just the spiraling thoughts, the panic attacks, or your body physically giving you pain because of stress. Now I realize silent chaos is also the internal conversations you have with yourself every day, like what you're holding back, like overthinking your reactions, hablando con pincitas, wondering if you said too much, wondering if you should have spoken up, and even trying to assume other people's reactions even before they say anything. Just a few days ago, I found myself asking my psychologist, me vi muy pendeja no diciendo nada, ¿verdad? And the answer that came with that was, you're not used to holding back like that. Doesn't necessarily mean it was wrong. And that hit me hard because I used to believe that boundaries were just saying no or cutting people off. But boundaries are also choosing when not to react, choosing when not to feed conflict, and choosing when not to abandon yourself even when somebody else is uncomfortable. I remember a time in my life where I was filled with self pity, excuses, just so much pain. And the first time that I got up in a tribuna in NA, I couldn't speak. I got this overwhelming knot in my throat that was blocking every word. And honestly, I think a lot of that was because I was trying to survive relationships where my emotions were constantly treated like a problem. Bruh. I would cry silently at night myself to sleep because even my reactions were became triggers to the man that I've been with. Oh my god. Tú no eras así cuando te conocí. ¿Por qué lloras por todo? You're a fucking liability. You would be perfect if you could be a little less joy. After a while, you stop becoming relaxed around these people you say you love. You start monitoring yourself all the time. And that's scary. Fear made me lie. Fear also made me overshare. I became so desperate to be understood that I would expose myself to the deepest part of me, hoping that honesty would create safety. A few years ago, after losing a baby, I accidentally called my then boyfriend my ex's name. Uh-oh. And that was just when we got home from the hospital.
Damn.
I immediately panicked and I found myself begging for forgiveness on my knees because I was even more terrified of that situation than what just had fucking happened. He said he understood, but he did eventually use it against me. I think these moments are part of the reason why I do this now. Because I got so tired of carrying shame like it was proof that I deserve punishment. I found this letter I wrote online on Facebook, and I want to read a small part of it. It just goes a little bit like this. No es sencillo. Hay mucho trabajo aún que hacer, pero quiero compartir que a mí en lo personal me ha funcionado compartir mis experiencias. A veces me paso con contenido que quizás no debería de divulgar, pero es la pura neta. Es quien soy. Y quizás algún día pueda ayudar a alguien a salir de ese hoyo profundo y negro como en el que a veces nos sentimos. Porque sí hay un paraíso en el que lo único importante es tu bienestar y tu tranquilidad. Neta, si consigues eso, todo lo demás cae por sí solito. No digo que no la he vuelto a cagar, porque les digo que estoy bien pendeja, pero tengo la dicha de decir que hoy me siento más segura de mí y que gracias a esa confianza y fe que tengo, me siento tranquila y con el valor de mandarte un mensaje cuando yo te vea mal, porque debe de haber alguien sin prejuicios. Normalicemos el escuchar sin juzgar, el empatizar con la gente, el ser amable y bondadoso. Carajo, seamos lo que debería definir al humano. It's weird looking back because some of the things that I slightly complain about today are things that I used to deeply struggle with myself in the past. Taking everything personally, assuming what people were feeling, creating entire novelas in my head, and reacting to discomfort like it was danger. When I left my last serious relationship, I didn't even know how to live without fear. I isolated myself even more. I was hiding in rooms, Airbnbs, smoking, disassociating, just trying to design a fantasy version of what my life would be without having to accept or confront anything. And shortly after that, I fell for another guy with the same exact problems I had just escaped from. That relationship only lasted a few weeks, but I remember feeling genuinely terrified that this was going to be the rest of my life. Just repeating the same pain in different forms. All this silent chaos is difficult to deal with, especially when you start believing it's just a part of who you are. I still struggle with the novelas in my head. I still overthink. I still catch myself reacting out of fear sometimes. But I'm slowly learning that fear should be a tool we use to take care of ourselves, not an irrational reaction to discomfort. I'm still learning. For now, just act in love, especially with yourself.